Alright, hello and welcome everyone to the second day of the round of 32 for the Finish tournament. Today we're gonna have Stalkyh versus Ankh. Quite an exciting matchup as these players were quite evenly seeded in the beginning. Of course, Ankh ended up losing his match 3-0 and Stalkyh ended winning his match 3-0, so they got matched up against each other. Actually, Stalkyh is the 15th seed based on rank, and Ankh is 16th. So, based on rank, this is actually very close. So, let's hope for an exciting match. Unfortunately, I don't think I see the chat. Let me restart the tourney client. It doesn't seem like there's anything going on. Let's just be safe. Oh. There we go. Alright. Back to the match. Let's hope we see the chat this time. This is, oh, there we go. There's the chat. No, I was just talking. Great. So we're going to start off with the rolls. Ankh rolling up very high, 97. Let's see if Stalkyh can top that. Stalkyh ends up with a measly 42. So it seems that we're gonna get into the worms now. So our warm-up is going to be Amazing Mirage, extended version by Lapix. What kind of song is this? I do not know. Let's find out. Looks like it's a Beatmania song. Alright, getting into the warm-up. Oh, I'm very sorry. Looks like we still have to disable the hit sounds. So it seems that Ankh is a lot more comfortable on this map, as he seems to be more of an alternator than Stalkyh. Stalkyh ending up with a lot of note locks there. So judging on this, we may see Ankh pick maps like Greening. Ankh going absolute god mode. Stalkyh struggling very much with these patterns. This map is not for him. And here we that was that. Here we are. That was the first warm-up. Fairly interesting map. Definitely showcasing the skills of at least one of the players, which would be Ang. Seems to have a soft spot for alternating. Looks like we have some small bancho issues, as all those Stalky's messages ended up coming right at once. Hopefully no silences. Let's hope that these are all the bancho problems we're gonna have, not any more than this, as yesterday didn't really provide. And here we go. Looks like both players opting for a hard rock. Stalkyh, of course, with the hidden hard rock. Interesting choices. But, yeah, let's see how it goes. We're gonna have, some Bonzakura by Stalkyh Band. Very nice song. So this is an alternating map by PKK. Interesting that we have 2 alternating maps for the warm-up. This also seems to have been Stalkyh's pick. And then the chorus here, Ank with a very nice combo. Of course, not for long, as it is the hard part of the map. It's like the HP has caused both players to fail. They have, of course, plenty of time to recover, which they have already. Getting into the second course of the map. Now the players do see each other's scores, so they do see it. That is fairly close. As score does get inflated towards the end of the map, maybe a lot closer than we expect, but Anki with a very, very large combo towards the end. Stalkyh doing not so well. But of course, as these are both alternating maps, and though they seem to be something Ank is more comfortable in, the match might have a different outcome than the warm-ups. Anyway, the warm-ups are now over and the match may begin. Gonna get into the bands. So what do we expect? I would expect Folklore to be picked this match. If it isn't banned, of course. It does seem something that Stalkyh would ban. Looks like Ank's ban is going to be Minarco Addiction. So, Ank being afraid of Stalky's consistency, as it is a long map. Just gonna get rid of it. Now we also don't have to sit those 5 minutes. Watching that map, which is very nice. Got some more exciting bans. Looks like our second ban is going to be Blumenkranz, the AR8 hidden. So, we get rid of 2 long maps. Of course, the maps being a very different skill sets. So the first pick, I believe it is Ank's pick. And as expected, he does go for greening, as it is the more alternating-esque map of the pool. So greening for a short map, around 2 minutes, a little less. It's 146 BPM, but of course it's mapped in 1/4s and 1/6s, so it acts as if it were a lot faster. At AR 9.3 and a 4.78 star rating. Definitely one of the harder maps of the pool, in my opinion at least. So yeah, let's get into it. First pick of the match. So the players, of course, need to be watching out for those 1/6 bursts, as they do come fairly unexpected into the map. If you do not really know what's coming, you might end up with some very unfortunate cider breaks, which of course you don't want happening. Stalkyh right away with a very unfortunate cider break. Of course, the match is still very much in the beginning, so it shouldn't be too detrimental unless Ank were to FC. Stalkyh seems to have a little bit of trouble on those 1/6 bursts I was talking about. Just hope that they don't cause him cider breaks. As he was hitting them fairly late. Meanwhile, Ank having no trouble at all so far. Of course, getting into the hard part here. This is where we would expect breaks, if any. And the map seems to be closing off, and Ank looks like he's going to FC the map. Stalkyh with that very unfortunate miss/cider break in the beginning will cost him the point. Of course, Ank did have the higher accuracy in the end, so I doubt it would have mattered. Well played from both players. I did not expect 2 S ranks on that. So for some more exciting picks. As this was Ank's pick, he was expected to win it. So, let's see what Stalkyh goes for. We are currently waiting on Stalkyh's pick. What should it be? I do not know. The map pool is quite vast, and only one map has been picked, and the ones that were banned were fairly long. So what we see, I do not know. Maybe a free mod? He is taking quite a while on this pick. Let's hope it's not Bancho preventing him from talking. Oh, looks like we had some more Bancho issues. Let's hope that Stalkyh didn't get silenced for that. I need to check, as is entirely possible that he did. But the pick is going to be Clover Club. Clover Club being the hard drop pick, the very uncomfortable one. It is CS 6.5 and 150 BPM. So let's see what we get. So, getting into the second pick of the match. So far, both players FCing, but I do not expect both players to FC it, as this is a very uncomfortable map, and it seems that Ankh has missed giving Stalkyh the lead for now, but Stalkyh does miss himself, thus evening the scores. Even spins actually mattering there, since Ankh did get 2,000 more, actually getting the lead thanks to that. As the players are actually playing head-to-head format, they do see their placings on the right side. As the scores are flickering, they must be definitely feeling the nerves here. Stalkyh taking the lead with that higher accuracy of his. This is extremely close. Any break at any time will definitely switch the scores. Players must be feeling the nerves right now. Afraid to say anything. And Ankh does end up breaking. I actually didn't notice that there. So Stalkyh does end up taking the combo and the Ankh lead. Of course, this map does have fill potential, so I won't call it yet, but it seems to have gone to Stalkyh, tying the match 1-1. Very close match so far. Both players with similar scores on both maps. Going back and forth here. As the next pick will be Ankh's. What should I expect? I'm expecting Folklore as yeah, that's gonna be that. So Folklore being the very technical map of the pool, filled with very uncomfortable sliders and odd rhythms. It's a set by Shern, but the map is by Mirror. 150 BPM. It's more reading based than you would think, but I would say it's more of that finger and aim control, which Ankh seems to be having the edge on. So this map is actually quite short. We're getting all the short picks today. So this map only being 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and it has a fairly long intro as well, so actual map time is fairly short. So of course, as we saw earlier, Ankh is clearly better at these alternating and finger control picks, as we saw in the warm-up maps in Greening, so this map should be Ankh's forte. So getting into the third pick of the match. Of course, while this is Ankh's forte, more of the Ankh pick, it's a very risky one, as it is fairly short in the actual map time, as the intro here in the start is fairly long. Stalkyh having some trouble getting the rhythm going, but looks like he's fine now. This map really prioritizes your rhythm sense and the slider speeds, as they are not readable just by looking at them. You have to really consider the music. And Stalkyh does end up missing right before the harder parts. Ankh still with the FC. Ankh seeing all those hard patterns. Stalkyh having very much trouble. This map seems to have gone to Ankh, giving him the point. Unless there's, of course, a fail, but that fail seems to have gone from Stalkyh, giving Ankh this, the third point of the match. So, Stalkyh's pick next. What do we expect? Well, we could have another hard rock pick, but Ankh was pretty good on that. So whether it's going to be Rolling Girl or not, I do not know. Whether we get to see one of the free mods, that could also be the case. Let's see what Stalkyh goes for. As in order for him to win the match, he must win both of the upcoming maps, one of which is the tiebreaker. Looks like Stalkyh wants to restart his game. He has gotten permission to do that from the referee, so we shall wait for him to do that. So what do we expect? Maybe holding on would be something that Stalkyh would be good on. And he can go for that hidden hard rock mod combo of his on something a lot more comfortable. Could go for Hiatus, as it's one of the faster free mods. Of course, Stalkyh has been performing better on the slow maps, like Clover Club, and he did do pretty well on greening. So maybe he might go for holding on. But of course, if he does want to go for those faster ones, then Hiatus or Rolling Girl it would be. But what is clear is that he has many choices to go for. What we're going to see is what he's most comfortable on. So he's gonna go Kubitake, which is the free mod pick. It's fairly similar to Clover Club, actually, as I expect both players to go for the hard rock. So we're going to have another one of those. This one's, of course, a lot faster than Clover Club, and it's not as high of a circle size. It's only 5.2 with hard rock. But it is still an old map, and still it's linear with some weird rhythms, weird patterns. DJ Pop, of course, being the mapper. Everyone knows this map. The king of old mapping. So the song is 3.5 minutes long, it's 185 BPM, so it's a lot faster than Clover Club. So we're going to have the hidden hard rock from Stalkyh and just the hard rock from Ankh. Stalkyh having the mod advantage, so accuracy will definitely have to be very good from Ankh in order to match that. getting into the fourth pick of the match. Also the final pick of the match, as the next one is either the tiebreaker or a win for Ank. So it appears that Stalkyh is very comfortable on this, compared to Ank at least, as he has a very high accuracy with both hidden and hard rock. Of course, that hidden is going to be quite risky on those linear patterns. Ank having a slight Ak advantage, but of course hidden outweighing that, giving Stalkyh the point lead. Both players still at seeing, but here we are at the second course. We're not lost of those linear patterns, so we could still see breaks. Now both players, of course, seeing each other's scores, so they do know that they are both of seeing. Both players must be feeling a lot of nerves right now. Getting into the stream section, with both players F-seeing it. Stalkyh keeps his lead, but of course he still sees that Ank is full comboing. This is going to be very close. Map is still closing to an end, but both players... Oh, I didn't even notice. Ank seems to have broken. So that would give Stalkyh the point as the map is closing to an end. And we shall get into the tiebreaker. Sorry for that. Maybe I'm just more nervous than the players just by watching these matches. So it looks like Ank did have a slider break there. I did not notice that. Very unfortunate from him, but of course it would not have mattered as Stalkyh did go for the hidden hard rock and F-seed. So yeah, we're getting into the tiebreaker. So the tiebreaker, of course, being Monochrome. Monstrata map, one of his older maps actually, as Monstrata did map this before his name change. Well, the name change wasn't that much of a name change, all he did was make his M capital, but you can separate his old maps from his new maps thanks to that. So this map is very bursty, it has some jump sections and a lot of kick sliders, so it's very versatile. But having all those bursts and kick/repeat sliders, then it will cause a lot of breaks if these players are not careful. And of course, as they will be very nervous, as this is an elimination match, they might get lots of breaks on this. Looks like Stalkyh is asking if the tiebreaker is free mod, so we could see hidden hard rock, I do not know. As Stalkyh is very comfortable on that. It's entirely possible. Ank showing that he has last played the map a little over 2 years ago, which definitely shows that this map was very popular back in 2015. When Monstrada began getting popularity, but that is a topic for another time. Stalkyh clearly thinking that he might want to go for mods. Of course, that would be very risky, as going hard rock, especially on tiebreakers, in my opinion, is not a very good idea. But Stalkyh does indeed go for Hidden Hard Rock on the tiebreaker. He must be feeling a lot more comfortable on the mod combination, as he is a Hidden Hard Rock player. But I can't help but give the advantage to Ank. Of course, Stalkyh, regardless of the accuracy he gets, unless it's what it currently is, he will have a fairly large point advantage if he keeps up with Ank. So yes, getting into the tiebreaker here. As I mentioned earlier, this map does have lots of those kicksliders. And Stalkyh, of course, having that hidden hard rock, he is going to break on those kicksliders. Again and again he breaks and breaks, but of course there's a lot of map left to go. He can still recover. But was it the best of ideas to go for that hidden hard rock? I do not know. Of course, as he does have that hidden hard rock mod combination, he does get more points, which is clearly showing, as the point difference is not that large, as Stalkyh does have around 1.15 times more points based on those mod combinations, as this is Score V2 and Hard Rock does award more than Score V1. And Ank does end up missing! But of course Stalkyh right behind him, resetting the combo. Ank, of course, still having the point advantage since Stalkyh broke earlier, but this does give Stalkyh a very good chance to come back. Getting into the chorus here. Players must be feeling very tense here. They have a little bit of a kickslider and stream section there, which both players do end up FCing. Another one of those, and both players do still keep their combos. The point lead is slightly, very, very slowly going to Stalkyh's favor, as he does have those mods enabled. Players, of course, don't know that, unless there were to be a break. Having a little bit of slow section here. We're getting to another chorus here, I believe. Very shortly. Point lead is slowly but surely going into Stalkyh's favor. combos high. But Stalkyh does end up breaking on those jumps, getting Ankh the very, very high combo lead. Ankh must break very, very much in the near future if Stalkyh wants any chance of winning. Of course, there's still 1/4 of the map remaining, so it's by no means over, but it does seem that Ankh is so far going to take this, unless he is, of course, to break. But Stalkyh does break again. Setting his combo, getting into the course here. And the map seems to be coming to a close. Ankh not breaking. Stalkyh with an admirable approach to go for hidden hard rock, playing very well, but would have the outcome been different if he hadn't have gone for it? Who knows? But what is sure is that Ankh does take the win on the tiebreaker, 3-2, taking the match. And moving on to next week, where he will be facing the winner of Dragon Mob and Galileo. We won't be seeing that, however, until next week's Friday, as that's when Galileo and Dragon Mob will be playing. But yeah, that is that. Unfortunately, I won't be casting any more matches today, as I do have other things to do, but I did get to cast this one, and I'm very happy I did, as it was a very close match. But later, Letha will take over, and our next match will on the stream will either be Kiwi-sama versus Ninja Sukat or Yonchan versus TB. I do not know which. Most probably it will be Yonchan versus TB, but Kiwi-sama versus Ninja Sukat might get streamed. I do not know. So, yeah, be on the lookout for those. I'll be closing the stream now. GG well played to both players.